Hi everyone, welcome back to the Movie Couple channel. I'm Wendy and here is my review for Back to Black. Back to Black tells the extraordinary story of Amy Winehouse's rise to fame and the making of her groundbreaking album, Back to Black. Told from Amy's perspective and inspired by her deeply personal lyrics, the film follows the remarkable woman behind the phenomenon and the tumultuous relationship at the center of one of the most legendary albums of all time. This movie stars Marisa Abela, who plays Amy Winehouse, and one of the most interesting things about the casting of Marisa in this was, and the director has set this as sort of a presentation for a special screening, was that Marisa did not sing prior to being in this film. And if you go out and see the film, you will see that she sings a lot through basically the whole movie. And when you're portraying an iconic artist like Amy Winehouse, you not only have to just look like her through costume, makeup, but your mannerism has to match. And most importantly, because we are portraying a singer, you have to match her vocally. And I think Marisa absolutely crushed it in this role. She emotionally portrayed all the up and downs of Amy's journey, and through her songwriting, through making the album and her rise to fame, throughout her relationship with Blake, and more importantly, she sounded very, very, very close to Amy Winehouse's voice. I hadn't seen much of Marisa before. I absolutely loved her performance in this movie, and I hope that this role will hopefully land her in other major roles in other films, because I truly enjoyed watching her performance on screen. For the movie, the title of the film is called Back to Black, which is the same title as Amy Winehouse's album. And because of that, I thought we were really going to get a look at not just her personal life and the relationship and all of her accolades, but I thought we would really get sort of a fly on the wall look at her creative process, her writing process, her recording process, and just how she is sort of balancing her personal life and her music, and the business, a little bit of the business side of things. Now, we do get to see that a little bit, but it's so much less than what I actually expected just based on the title alone. I really thought that the music creation, the songwriting, and the recording was going to be more at the forefront of it. I would say that this, while it did focus on the songwriting and what inspired the lyrics, obviously, because it's quite personal, it actually focused more on her relationships, specifically with Blake, a lot of it with her family, which I liked seeing a lot, and of course her addiction. While I like that the movie touched on all of those aspects of Amy Winehouse's life, because I do think that it, matters when you're essentially filming a biopic, you do need to tell every angle of her life. But I feel like a lot of the times it was just quite surface level. Like it almost focused and followed sort of the headline of some of Amy's struggles, with addiction, with the relationship, and like just what was in the headlines. And I feel like that was more prominent than a lot of the music. And I feel like it felt a little uneven. It felt a little bit like more tabloid heavy focus, if you will, towards the end. But in the beginning, it was quite personal, and it showed her passion for writing, where she was pulling the inspiration from, and how certain family members in her life that she was very close to was so meaningful to her that when she lost them, she kind of lost a part of her, and she was falling apart a lot due to it. So I liked seeing all of that. I didn't love that they really only focused like sort of her. I know her addiction was a big part of it, but it's not all of it. So I really wish that they kind of pulled back a little bit more from that, and they focused more on her music and her recording. I really found interesting of how she would speak to her record company and really kind of stand up and say, I'm not your Spice Girl, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to perform the way you want me to perform, I'm going to perform the way I want to perform. It's very raw. It was really interesting, and I loved seeing that side of her, and I wish we got more. Let's go ahead and get to rating the movie. The movie couple rating scale is listed for you in the video description below. Now, I already said it. I thought Marisa Abela was dynamic in this. She really, really embodied, I feel like, the essence of Amy Winehouse, the look, the mannerisms, the way, you know, she moved when she sang, and obviously vocally, I think for someone who says she doesn't sing, she really, really delivered on all fronts. Very powerful voice, very, very so close to Amy's voice, which was really surprising to me from, again, someone who swears that they don't sing. I think she did phenomenal. Unfortunately, I feel like this movie didn't dig deep enough on the musical front, on some of the personal, emotional fronts also. It was a little bit too surface level. So as a biopic, it was shot beautifully. The characters, Amy Winehouse or Marisa, looked amazing. The sound, the music was really great, and they really were able to emulate a lot of live performances and really great moments, like the Grammy moment for Amy, and even getting a peek into, you know, her relationship with Blake. But I felt like it was too surface level. It's everything that you've already seen and read in the headlines. I would have liked to see them dig a little bit deeper, specifically in the songwriting and the music portion of it, simply because the film is called Back to Black. That was a very important album, and I feel like if you want to name your movie that title, I just wish they would have dug a little bit deeper into the music. And my rating for this movie is matinee it. Anyways, that is my thoughts on the film. Let me know your thoughts once you've seen it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review.